A quiet but significant shift is emerging in African central banking. Several countries are moving away from exclusive reliance on fiat reserves and toward gold-anchored, gold-linked, or gold-collateralized monetary instruments as a hedge against U.S. dollar volatility, imported inflation, and external financing shocks. Here are 5 cases of African nations that are leaning toward gold as a monetary instrument. At number 5 is Uganda and South Sudan, both using institutional experimentation, early stage reserve diversification. South Sudan is in the early policy phase, exploring gold-linked treasury instruments as a way to stabilize borrowing costs and attract investors. The Bank of Uganda has begun purchasing gold directly from domestic artisanal miners, increasing bullion exposure in its reserves. At number 4 is Burkina Faso and the AES, state gold stockpiling, direct state control, and reserve accumulation. Under Captain Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso has moved to nationalize selected mining assets and establish a national gold reserve, with policy directives requiring a portion of domestic gold production to be retained by the state. At number 3 is Nigeria, policy momentum toward gold-linked sovereign instruments, legislative and policy exploration phase. Between 2025 and 2026, Nigerian policymakers, including the central bank and the debt management office, have debated the use of gold-linked or gold-collateralized sovereign instruments to support reserves and diversify funding sources. At number 2 is Ghana, gold for oil and retail gold monetization, strategic resource substitution and reserve accumulation. Ghana's gold for oil programs allows the government to purchase refined petroleum products using domestically mined gold instead of US dollars, reducing pressure on foreign exchange reserves. And number 1 is Zimbabwe, the ZiG and gold-anchored instruments, the most aggressive experiment in gold-anchored monetary policy. Zimbabwe introduced the ZiG currency anchored by a mix of foreign exchange reserves and physical gold holdings, reported at over 2.5 tons held by the central bank. While gold-linked instruments can enhance credibility, they introduce a classic Gresham's law problem: bad money drives out good. Without careful design, this dynamic can drain liquidity from the very instruments intended to restore monetary stability, undermining their effectiveness.